G'day Sonic Squad!
Sonic Rush!
Sonic Rush is a 2.5D platformer handheld video game in the Sonic the Hedgehog series for the Nintendo DS. Released on November 2005 and developed by Dimps and Sonic Team, the game capitalizes on the dual screen aspect of the Nintendo DS in multiple ways, utilizing two screens as one extended vertical screen for very steep climbs and drops. The game centers around two parallel universes colliding, featuring Sonic the Hedgehog and a new character to the series, Blaze the Cat. Designed as a 2.5D side-scroller, Sonic Rush is the first game in the series to explore both 2D and 3D venues by combining two-dimensional environments with three-dimensional models. Sonic Rush was also the first game to implement the boost mechanic, which would become a staple in Sonic's moveset in the following titles. The music of Sonic Rush was written by acclaimed Sega composer at the time, Hideki Nakamura, along with fellow composers both from Sega and Dimps.
Hideki Nakamura was nominated for the Golden Joystick Award for Soundtrack of the Year for his work on Sonic Rush, and there's no surprise as to why.
His style revolves around the use of sampling clips in each track with a very hard edge and techno feel to it all, in contrast to the rock and upbeat style that other Sonic games the series is known for to have.
Nakamura's work is bursting with energy, which is most recognizable in Jet Set Radio, and that tradition carries over to Sonic Rush.
Sonic Rush's music, more than anything else, relies on repetition to make a funky groove, with the sample voice clips playing as the backbone of the music tracks, giving it rhythm, tone, and rounding the energetic feel into something more techno in style. Where in other Sonic games, the soundtrack would offer different versions and tones going from act to act, Sonic Rush keeps it all very much the same, but mixes it all differently, especially when playing as Blaze, resulting in a very flashed out soundtrack.
Today I'll be revealing my top 10 Sonic Rush stage music, which will only feature the stage music that is from Sonic and Blaze's mixes, as well as the boss battle music. Anything else is excluded from making an appearance.
To add on to that, this list is purely opinionative and not based on factual evidence, and to remind everyone that it's okay to have different viewpoints of what we see as our own favourite tracks.
Before we get started, I just want to say this. Haha, boss music goes meet meet!
proceed, 'cause this is what you need. And you don't stop, you proceed, 'cause this is what you need. And you don't stop, you proceed, 'cause this is what you need. You proceed, proceed, 'cause this is what you need. This is what, 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 this is what you need, what you need. This is what, 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 this is what you need. Bye.